What is going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Do we have some exciting news, guys? We got HEX back pumping again. And for those of y'all who aren't familiar with HEXs, stick around to the channel. You will find out more about HEX and how this could truly change your life. So at this point in time, folks, we do want to take a quick little peeky weeky and see what exactly is going on with HEX. And guys, HEX is on an absolute freaking tear. I am such a fan whenever you get to see this already, because right now we have HEX currently sitting all the way back at 8.1 cents. And guys, congratulations to every single one of you beautiful people who may have already been waiting this out already at this point in time. This is truly an exciting time. We were flipping into a bear sentiment for a very small period of time right before the collapse of all the second biggest bank, and the collapse of SVB, and the collapse of the DPEG against the USDC. And all of that is just more bullish momentum for HEX. So looking at what we see right now, we have the 9 EMA versus the 15 EMA. We actually crossed back into the bullish zone. We got bearish for one day, and from there we didn't last long because we got all the news of the DPEGs and everything happening on Friday. And all of that started putting people back into what crypto truly is. I myself got rid of all of the stablecoin that I was holding, and I moved it back into an ERC20 of my choice, that is HEX. And I think everyone did a similar move, because you can see right now we have been on an absolute tear. Now guys, take a look at this real fast. Just from the beginning of the year, if you've already waited this amount of time already, from the time of December came around, we'll just go January, okay? If you got in January, you've already gone and done a 385% increase on your money. And if you were in right before the end of the year, then again, you've already gone and almost done a 4x on your money. So congratulations. That's a 4x within the span of 75 days. Where else are you going to see returns like this besides crypto? And again, I'm not talking about a get rich quick scheme. I'm not talking about some nonsense that's going to try to pump your bag. We are talking about a true cryptocurrency that's tried and true, that's already lasted 3+ years, that pays people trustless yield every single day. It's immutable, it's flawless, it has not have any sort of downtime whatsoever. So I'm putting a lot of faith in this, but at the same time, there's a reason why my faith can be so strong in this crypto. And guys, I just wanted to show you this as well, because once we start pumping, and I talked about this as well, once we start pumping on up again, we have the very high likelihood that we start seeing potentials of even more pumps happening in the very near future. And so let's just do a little fib retracement right now and kind of go from here to here. So this is where we currently were at the local high all the way down to the local low. Now again, we got as low as 5.2 cents, and you can see we've already retested out this 0.618 barrier. We've already broken through that, and now we're on to the next level, which is going through and retesting this 1.618. It's a little bit tough to see, so let's just see if I can make it white real fast, just so that way y'all can kind of at least get a chance to see where that's going. But the 1.618 level does lead us right into the 10-cent range. Now again, for those of y'all who are wondering what this white line is, I've had this white line drawn ever since the beginning of the year, and we were holding this trend for quite a while up until we broke it. We got a little bearish for a little bit of time. We've actually gone back and we're retesting this white support line right now. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and hide this, and for now, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that for a second. And we can just see that right now, the next level that we're looking to attain is this 9.997 cent level. We're just going to call that 10 cents, okay? Just for ease of math and knowing where we're going next. And guys, this is all coming because Richard Hart has been very bullish on a lot of things, especially with PulseChain lately. In fact, he actually came through and came out with a tweet actually mentioning how, again, PulseChain is in fact all correct. The Aragon sync is all complete. We got the blockchain indexing right now. At the time he made the post, it was sitting at 43%. And again, this is just an amazing time. You can really get a chance to see. Now, he tweets a lot, guys, but I love it. I love it. I love it. So this is actually the tweet where he came through and said pulsex.com, pulsechain.com update, Aragon sync, and the block explorers are indexing. Aragon is synced, and the block explorers are indexing very nicely. Love it. So right now we're about 43% blocks index on average. It takes about a week to index an entire block. Again, on average, if we're already 43% in, we could be seeing V3 testnet here within the next few days. And that's what people are really getting excited about. That's where this whole momentum really starts shifting. So we broke through this 0.618 level, the golden zone of 0.618 all the way to 0.786. We broke through that, and now we've just recently made a new local high. Again, guys, this is amazing. We have not broken 8.1 cents all the way. If you go back, we haven't been at 8.1 cents all the way since May of 2022. So we've already been in this span here, and we can kind of measure this out. May, we were at 8 right here. So we can measure this out. We've been here for 291 days, almost 1 year later, and we have just broken the 8 cent threshold that we have been trying to break. So once again, higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. This is on the daily chart, so when you're looking at this, you kind of have an idea of what's going on. But again, guys, daily, every single little bit of this information is looking bullish AF, in my personal opinion. Let's say what's up to chat real quick, and then we'll kind of dive in to talk a little bit more. Say what's up to all you beautiful people. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day, as always. So, let's see. Academiciated, you are first, my friend. Oh, please, oh, please. Yes, sir. You are indeed first. Gloria Rafi, good evening. ATX Crypto to the moon. Absolutely. What's up, Gloria? Happy. Oh, I can't say that, man. We got to get rid of the smurf. We done smurfing. Apparently, it's subjected to a nothing good. Let's just say that. So I will say happy minting, happy publishing, everyone. Facing Reality says, you switch fast. Hey, what's up, what's up? Lucky, lucky, faster than my shadow. Y'all two are so silly, man. Here you go, my personal autocorrect. Hey, absolutely. No, man, I love it. I told you, need to learn. What's up, Cookie de Chocolate? Hello, hello, all you Hexicans. Hello, everyone, says Chris Crypto. Hello, my friend. Been catching replays. Good work, ATX. Hexikeen, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Crypto Mike, what's up, Hexicans? Debbie G, much love. Much love. Patreon supporter right there. Got to give some shout outs to the Patreon supporters. Gabriel, hello. Harvey, what's up? Greetings, ATX and everyone in the chat. Don't forget to smash the like on the way in, as Crypto7 always says. Smash the likes. It means a lot. If you're enjoying the content, come on and join the ride. Subscribe, because guys, I've got so much in store for whenever PulseChain does launch. We're going to be playing around with V3 testnet quite a bit. We're going to be learning how to better prepare yourself for when PulseChain does go live, because guys, we talk about it all the time. What are the 5 P's? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And we talk about this for the right reasons, to make sure that you are fully aware of what's going to be going on and that you actually know what's happening, because damn, guys, we have got the chance to make a lot of money, but at the same time, there's going to be a lot of new shiny objects. So what are you going to do when you have all that funds inside your bank? We're going to make the right decisions, I hope. Absolutely. Smash the likes on entry, fire charts, and killer daily content. What up? Absolutely. I appreciate that, Crypto Mike. Much love, much appreciated to all you beautiful people. So let's talk again real quick in regards to what's happened recently. Right now, we've got the collapse of SVB, Signature Bank. We have the collapse of Silvergate. This is all within like the last week. Now, the conspiracy theorist in me says, like, this isn't by flaw. This is all by design. They knew these banks were going to fail. They knew everything was going to happen. And they're using this to further implement their strategy of CBDCs, which they're probably planning on rolling out by the end of this year, right? Sometime in the end of September, October, November. And we're going to probably see a lot more banks collapse at that time. So get ready for a roller coaster ride, but I think that's where crypto comes into play. If you're truly in crypto, and I mean not stable coins, not centralized exchanges, but true decentralized finance crypto like Ethereum or HEX or any ERC20 token that's your choice, then that is where you actually will truly succeed in the next coming year to next coming years, especially when it comes to the fiat world, trying to come out with all their own policies, procedures, and ways to control you. So I will not be controlled and not have someone tell me that I can only pull out $200, or that I can't move money, or that my money's frozen, or that I can't withdraw funds. Like, I don't want to be in that world. The fiat world is disgusting to me. But what's not disgusting? Crypto, man. Yes. Does it come with volatility? For sure. But the chances that you have much higher likelihood of succeeding, especially like this just kind of proves it right here. The chances that you succeed, I mean, I guarantee my fiat has only lost money since inflation has been rising. I have guaranteed to have been losing my pricing power. Any money that I did have in my bank account is now worth less than it was even a year ago. But the current crypto that I'm holding, whenever I get the chance to buy these dips right here, and I get to see a nice little 400% increase all within the span of 75 days, that's made up any worth less money that I've held inside my fiat account. Now, this is just the beginning of where we're actually going to be going. I'm going to get rid of this right here because we already hit those levels. I thought we were going to fall back between this 5.2, 5.8 cent range. We definitely came down, touched that range. We were anticipating to go lower in all reality, but you want to know what happens is whenever you see a USDC depeg and basically show people that, is it back to being at $1? Does anybody know? I haven't even looked at this in a little bit. USDC currently still not even at $1, right? It's back on Monday, and yes, it's down, you know, it's gone up a little bit, 4% or whatever, but it's still down. It's not even holding the dollar peg right now. So that's very interesting because, you know, they are backed by Circle, and Circle has tons of money to earn plenty of interest, and they earn roughly about $2 billion a year in interest, at least per source that says that. And so all of this information is coming through and coming out. And it's just more surprising to me that I don't want to be, it's more eye-opening to me that I don't want to be a part of this world right here. That's something that's supposed to be a stable coin is by no means stable. And that's like disgusting if you ask me. I get they can have days where they're off by 0.001 or 1/10 of a penny. I get those days because you're going to go a little bit above it too. It's not going to be possible to keep it perfectly pegged at $1, but to depeg and drop down. I mean, I think at one point in time, this sucker dropped down all the way to like 87 cents. Let's take a little peek right here, right? We can actually see this thing. Yep, keep going down. So this thing actually dropped down all the way. Okay, so it shows 90 on Nomics. Okay, there it is. I was like, I thought it went lower. 89. So that was 89. Bam, look at that, dude. 89 cents to what was supposed to be a $1 peg. So some folks moved during this time. The sacrifice for PulseX actually converted a lot of it. The address converted a lot of the USDC it was holding into DAI. So that way, once the DAI and USDC peg back to $1, it actually increases the amount that's in the PulseX holding. So congrats to the PulseX SAC address. We can actually take a look there. They were the #1 holder of DAI for about a day. They are now the #2 holder of DAI based on what I just looked at yesterday. And again, you can always go in here to just type in PulseX. If you ever want to go to it, etherscan.io, you can look up all this information. This was sitting at about 17 billion the other day. Now it's already at 20 billion. Guys, that's within a span of like a few hours. Like, this is wild how fast this number goes up. Why? Because majority of it is held in HEX. Whoops, I don't want that D. That's funny. I make myself laugh. Anyways, yeah, most of this is already held in in HEX. So HEX is holding a good portion of all of this right now. You can see they don't have barely any Ethereum. They have 43 Ethereum in that wallet basically, or 45 Ethereum, only valued at 75,000. So not too much in terms of the overall billions that it's holding. And then most of it is in HEX, sitting at 20 billion right now. And guys, this number, once it just keeps increasing, like let's just imagine HEX reaching, 12 cents again for shits and gigs, right? For S's and G's. What are we looking at in terms of what this has? So this is 250 billion. So we're just going to do this little math right here. 250 billion, 628 million. Oh my God, that's a lot. 2 trillion. Is that right? Thousand, million, billion. So 250 trillion hex right there. We're just going to multiply that by, I mean, heck, even if it goes back up to 15 cents, that number goes up to $37 billion. Like, the PulseX address is going to have so much funds to be able to do all the AMM bot, to basically do all the automated market making, providing liquidity for every single asset that you have. But you can actually go into Etherscan like we had talked about, look here and see who the holder is and dive into some of the bigger addresses. It's now the number 3. Wonder what this one is. That's got to be like a centralized exchange or something. That's beast if you're taking over the number 2 spot. Yeah, tons of transactions. It doesn't necessarily say who this wallet is. Interesting. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. It's now the number 3. It's now the number 3 holder. So every single day we check, it seems like someone keeps taking over little by little, but that's okay because we're not trying to be the main holders of DAI. It's amazing that we're going to be able to be the main holders of HEX and do just massive movements once we actually start pumping up in price. Let's take a look over here at the GitLab. And folks, I didn't mean to click that one. Let's update this. So once again, these are all of the devs who are active right now and working on GitLab for us as we speak. So audio visual technician checking in, 5 of 5. Everything looks good over here. I appreciate that, Bristology. I will listen to every single comment that Bristology says about audio going forward in the future, by the way. We learning over here, right? If y'all are here with me, then you are here to learn as well. And guys, I started this stream, I started this YouTube channel just for, you know, fun, S's and G's, wanting to share some of the information that I had for friends that I was making, that I brought into the ecosystem. That's where it all kind of began. And then it really kind of delved into where I was like, dude, I love talking with the community, love sharing this information. So I'm so grateful to every single one of y'all who are coming along for the ride, who are joining along in this amazing experience. And guys, we are so freaking close. We are so close to PulseChain being here. I can just smell. Can you smell what PulseChain is cooking? Because I can. It smells freaking amazing, dude. And I am so excited. So we got Gamma DevOps right here, active as of March 12th, 2023. Brett Paulson, March 12th. 3 Commas Capital, March 12th. And SJB, March 12th. Now, Richard Hart has been hasn't been on since the 9th, and that's okay. I didn't expect anything crazy. The fact that he was hopping on every single day for the month of March was a little bit shocking, if you ask me, because it made me just that much more bullish. But now that we're waiting for the Aragon sync is fully completed, I'm so happy for that as well. Let's talk about that for just one moment, guys. So if you aren't familiar with how syncing data works and building a node and all that good stuff, well, again, I'm here to learn with you as well. So when it comes to the 4 different systems, we had Prism Pulse, Go Pulse, Lighthouse Pulse, and drawing a blank on the 4th one. Prism, Go, Lighthouse, and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on the last one. Interesting. Definitely drawing a blank. So we had 4 of them that we were working on synchronizing to where they're all good to go. One of them was Aragon. That was causing one of the biggest issues, but that was also the one that we were getting that much information on daily. Every single time, or weekly, should I say. Every single time Richard Hart would provide an update, it was most likely for the Aragon network because that was causing the biggest issues after all of them. We were synchronized up until October 4th. So when we fell back, we only fell back to October 4th for everything being copied on the Ethereum network. You have to understand, everything is getting copied on the Ethereum network. So literally we fell back to October 4th from the last time it was synchronized. We are now updated all the way to March, meaning that when it comes time for Richard Hart to start wanting to launch PulseChain, we just need to update up until March. So that is so freaking bullish because we already know how long it takes to do some of these updates. In fact, I showed it here on the screen the other day, but I'll show you briefly once again. Stage 6 takes 12 minutes. Stage 7 took 30 hours. 8 was 2 hours. 9 was 1 hour. And basically the other ones were within the span of 24 hours. So everything from stage 8 all the way to stage 15 were all within the span of 24 hours. Now, with that being said, what that means is it basically comes to the point where he says, we are ready to launch PulseChain. V3 has worked flawlessly. We've worked out any issues, if there are any. We think everything is going to be working perfectly because guess what? They're already working on it. It's already working. It's running right now on a private test net. But once it goes public, they're going to see a little bit more load test on it. And all of this comes to play. So when he says, I think everything looks good, he won't say, I think everything looks good. He's going to say, everything looks good, because Richard Hart has to launch a perfect product, okay? And we're blessed and fortunate that we are in this ecosystem where things have to be perfect. And I'm okay with crypto, where my money is going to be held, being perfect, working flawlessly, okay? So when he says everything looks good, let's launch. They have to resynchronize the data again to make sure they have the most up-to-date information, because the snapshot and the fork happen at the same time. So basically when he says PulseChain's live, we go and we break apart from Ethereum at block number XYZ, whatever that may be. And at that point in time, we are then going forward and we're going to start making all of this stuff with everything happening with us as well, okay? So let's get ready, because that just means that when he says it's ready, we basically have 48 hours for everything to synchronize. That's the indexing of the blocks. That's the synchronization of Aragon. That's everything that we are needing, most likely ready within 48 hours. We'll say 96 just to be fair, but 48 to 96 hours, so 2 to 4 days, we could literally get PulseChain launching. So get ready, because everyone's like, oh, V3 may not, bring the level of excitement that people are anticipating, but I don't think they realize that that just means that PulseChain could launch within 48 to 96 hours after V3 goes public. And again, do I think it's going to happen that quick? No. I don't see it going down that fast. But is it possible to happen? Yes. And that's what I think people are going to be anticipating. You don't want to be a trader in this market when you buy 4 million HEX, for example, and then all of a sudden the price, or you sell 4 million HEX thinking, hey, I'd say 8 cents, I can make some money because it's probably going to drop back down to 7. And then all of a sudden we get V3 launch and it goes up to 10, 12, 14 cents and so on and so forth. Then you're trying to buy back in with only 3 million HEX. And what happens when PulseChain gets copied, or the fork happens? Everything shows up on the different network, okay? You have to understand all of the items that you have, all of your ERC20s over here are all getting copied. Everything on the Ethereum network is a copy paste, okay? So why would you not want to have 4 million HEX here and 4 million HEX here, instead of being a delusional trader thinking you can be smarter than the market and be better than everyone and lose and have to only hold 3 million now and 3 million. So it's not that you only lost 1 million HEX, you actually lost 2 million HEX if you think about it, because everything is getting copied. So you went from having 4 over here to 4 on PulseChain, to where that would be in total 8 million HEX, to only having 3 on Ethereum and 3 on PulseChain, meaning you just lost 1 mil over here and 1 mil HEX over here. So you are losing double the amount of HEX every single time you trade. Be very, very cautious if you are in this market and you are trading. It is not the environment to be trading in right now. HEX has been a phenomenal thing to be messing with over the last several months, because we have been sticking within a range of anywhere between 5 to 3 cents for many, many months. And to a trader, that's a good little investment, because you can make a quick little flip of some money and then you can buy it back down once it dips. But once you have the bull market start happening and we start going up again, and we start freaking launching everything, and we have V3 working and everyone's just getting hyped, guys, you have to understand that you are losing. You're going to lose more than double. It's not just what you lose now. You literally lose that on the copy as well. And that copy is huge. Why would you not just wait until the end of PulseChain, or at least the launch of PulseChain, to start doing some stuff? So I always want to caution everyone, again, not financial advice. You got to do your own research and make sure it's all good for you. But I always want to caution everyone, because god damn, it is freaking crazy how fast all this can happen. Let me say something to my wife real quick. I love you too. All right, cool. And bam, I'm back. All right, so let's say what's up to the chat real fast. Once again, say hello to all of you beautiful people. Right on, you beautiful hexicans, people with vision. Absolutely, absolutely agree with that. Cronus Magnus, audio-visual technician over here. Very few people know how good the crypto within the RH ecosystem is going to perform. Patience will be paying big dividends. Don't get caught up in trying to pull pennies when you can make dollars. Yeah, that's what we talk. Like Richard Hart says it all the time. You know, picking up pennies in front of a freight train. You know, it's one of the things that he has commonly said many, many times, and now we all kind of say the same thing. Picking up pennies. Let me actually see if I can find a clip of that. Picking up pennies. Because again, why not? Yeah, so here we go. I'm just going to show you a quick little clip of him saying this exact same thing right here. Make sure my sound is good. And all right, switch it over here. All right, cool. Let's see.
Pennies in front of freight trains.
Oh, I got to put it on the screen now so I can actually see it. All right, so this is a famous little clip that he talks about here.
Stop picking up pennies in front of freight trains. You'll lose all your money.
That's it. Stop picking up pennies in front of a freight train, man. Stop it. Like, what you doing? Why are you trying to pick up pennies in front of a freight train, man? That is just gonna wreck yourself so freaking much. You will not benefit from it. You will not get a chance to make all this a crazy amount of money. You are literally picking up pennies right now in front of a freight train because the bull market's here. And if you don't believe that the bull market's here, I mean, you can try to take a look at every other crypto going on in the market right now. And most things are up since the beginning of the year so far, starting in 2023. So that's just the first sign. But then you have the fact that, again, centralized exchanges are collapsing. People are moving into DeFi. You have banks showing that they're failing. People are moving into DeFi. You have USDC or stablecoins depegging. People are moving into true DeFi. So these are all bull market items right now. This is all pushing forward that momentum that we've been waiting for, pushing us towards the next bull run where you will see higher highs than previous times if you are invested in the right cryptos. So I see us easily going back up to the previous all-time high, and that was at 56 cents. And so I could easily see us getting there and surpassing that during this next bull run. So I had someone talk about on the stream yesterday, like, you know, when should I buy? When should I look to get some? I think HEX was sitting at 7 cents, for example. And I was trying to explain to them that, like, yeah, you had people buying at 20, 30 cents, right? So like you getting in at 7 is a steal. Is there a chance that it could go down for a couple of days? Sure. Is the likelihood that you're going to be succeeding in the long run way better? Absolutely, right? And so as long as you have good product market fit, you know who the founder is, they're not anonymous, you know you got a phenomenal community, and I think HEX is by far the best community when it comes to anything in general, for positivity, for help, for support, for if you have any sort of items that you need issues with or concerns about. We got someone in our community who can help you. You got folks making videos for other people. You have people doing all sorts of stuff for this community, building websites. Like, if you want to talk about community, HEX wins, hands down. Community. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, exactly. Hex Corner says, thanks again for your fire coverage. I appreciate that, Hex Corner. Much love. Aragon, yeah, I said that one. Moving the rocket to the launch pad. Yeah, who's ready to run with the bulls, dude? The freaking launch pad's getting ignited right now, and we're basically on the countdown sequence right now for us launching way past the moon, dude. And I'm talking, if you like saying to the moon, dude, I'm a big fan of saying to Saturn, because why? There's a hex design on Saturn built into our world and our life already. So yeah, who's ready to run with the bulls? I am. Hey Hexkins, what's up, Michelle? Big GZ, what's up? Hello, salute to you, my friend. Another Patreon supporter right there as well. And you got, yeah, exactly, I see what you're saying. Man, I miss RH streams, dude. And the time will come, right? And so like, get ready, because like, he's doing everything he can for probably security purposes, right? He doesn't want anything to be labeled as a security once it comes out. So if he starts talking about PulseChain and starts building the hype about it, and he can do stuff via Twitter, but streaming wise, dude, people really start diving in. And he's always been a fan of actually helping people answer people's questions. And so he has a tough time just like talking and then not like participating with the chat, because he can say everything he needs to say within like 10 minutes, but he knows that all of us love the hours of stream that he does. And so like literally he will hop on here for hours at a time. But let me take a look real fast, because speaking of, I think the last time that he had streamed was like 6 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. So let's just take a little peeky weeky on that real quick, because it's been a little bit of time actually, if I'm not mistaken. Richard Hart. Boom. Let's see here. He's up to 151,000 subscribers. Grats. You know what I mean? That's fucking awesome. Last time he had streamed was 7 months ago. Okay? And that is pretty freaking... That's quite a while, if you ask me. Like 7 months ago. Where was the price of HEX sitting 7 months ago? Now I'm just curious. Y'all get to kind of join along this ride with me. So 7 months. Let me just type in. What was 7 months ago? I mean, what was that? September? Right? August. Okay, cool. 7 months ago is August. Cool. So from here, let's just go back and take a little gander. So August 13th was the last time, or that would be 7 months from today. Current price of HEX was sitting at 7 cents. Convenient, guys. This ain't no joke. So that would definitely show that we could have a very good possibility that, you know, Richard Hart comes on stream soon. And guys, that's the announcement. I think he's waiting. One, he doesn't want his YouTube to get banned, and I completely agree with this, because we've seen Randy Alarski just recently get banned from Twitter. So reach out to YouTube or reach out to Twitter. You know, let's get Randy's Twitter back. But like, you've seen the cancel culture so real lately. One of the reasons I think he isn't streaming is because if he does stream right now, and for whatever reason they say he says something they don't like or whatever happens, they can basically shut down his YouTube. And that's just one less source of information being ready to deploy, that when PulseChain launches, he's ready to hit us, you know, and get us straight with all the information. So I would hate to see him get banned. You know, if he was to try to stream today, for example, and then all of a sudden he gets banned, and then we get PulseChain launch, and then the only place he can announce it is Telegram. Like, that's not good for publicity, you know what I mean? So the main reason why I believe he isn't streaming lately is because he doesn't want his account to get banned. And absolutely, but Dallas gonna have some time outside to party. Sorry, I gotta message the wife again real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Mr. B is up. All right, cool. All right. Bet. Yeah, exactly. So there you go. Appreciate that. Yeah, dude. So yeah, I do miss RH streams, Gabriel. I think it's actually better that he doesn't stream right now, because like, I would absolutely hate if he got banned, and that's just one less source of information that tells people that PulseChain's live. So I would be a big fan of him coming out, and when we see him go live on YouTube, dude, if that's not going to be the most bullish indicator that PulseChain's here, I don't know what is, because that's the reason I think he's waiting. And then we're going to see it go live on Twitter, live on YouTube, like live everywhere you can possibly go live on Twitch for all I care. Send them everywhere, basically saying PulseChain's live, and you're going to see it go live on Instagram, well, I guess he cancels Instagram, but we're going to be posting that information everywhere. But you want to hear direct from the source, and you want it verifiable. You don't just want to hear it one time saying PulseChain's live, and then just think everything's good because someone's going to come out with a fake coin at that point in time that's just going to wreck you, that could potentially give your keys away to someone or access your funds or basically give yourself the ability to get compromised. And I would hate for anyone to get compromised because now we are very close and scams are going to start appearing. They've already shown up already, especially over the last 2 years. There's been a few of them. So just be mindful that when you hear something, it's trust but verify. So make sure that we hear everything exactly like it is, but it's trust but verify. So once you see PulseChain's live, go verify it on 3 different sources. Check out Telegram, check out Twitter, check out YouTube. And if they're all from Richard Hart, who's the only person who you should be listening to when it comes to the announcement of PulseChain, then we're good to go. Okay, so like that's what I think he's waiting for personally at this point in time. What's up with USDC going to $1 peg? Why is it lagging below? Because that's what I'm saying. Like no one, like once you depeg, you lose faith, man. It's once bitten, twice shot. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the same. Like, I don't trust it anymore. I don't have any USDC in my wallet anymore. I don't want to be holding it. Like, I don't trust it. It's not cool. The fact that it depegged is not like, I would be like, that'd be like if HEX contract was to stop deploying my T-shares for whatever reason, that it stops paying me daily. I'm going to lose all faith in the contract. Like, you know what I mean? And that would suck because I got extreme faith in it. But if it, for whatever reason, that sucker stops paying me daily like it's doing for the last 3 years, then I'm out. You know what I mean? And like, you just gotta be mindful of what it is. But it's that same logic. Once bitten, twice shot. Why would I want to be messing with everything happening right now? Thank you for that. Boys are shielded up in there. I'll bring pups. Cool. Cool. Perfect. Sounds good. But yeah, I mean, that's, dude, like, and I know people, it's that goldfish mentality. People are going to be like, oh, USDC's back to $1. Like, everything's all good. We didn't have anything to worry about. I got scared for no reason. I got, fear for no reason. Like, no, fuck that, dude. I lost faith in USDC. The moment it depegged and it went down to 89 cents, I'm out. Like, I'm out. I don't want to be messing with it. I'm going to find myself something else. And we talk about this with like TUSD or LUSD. There's other ones out there for stable coins, but now I've lost a little bit of faith in stable coins as well. So, you always got to be kind of cautious. Driving and listening. Let's fucking go. Absolutely, Alan Fizame. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're being safe out there, enjoying the ride. Let's go. Exactly. We're doing blast off here soon. Why do you have a Christmas tree up in March? Pulse HEX, for you to ask that question. Let me just say that. It's always a holiday in the ATX studio. Tell me about you hold USDC without telling me you hold USDC, Brasology. Hello. Tell me you were driving without driving. Oh shit, y'all are fucking awesome. Guys, we have such amazing news happening right now from the announcement of Richard Hart giving us synchronization updates to the blockchain indexing happening. Once V3 comes out, it's just literally, like, the way I look at it, when V3 comes out, that basically means that he's confident enough to essentially say that would have been PulseChain. Here's how I'm interpreting it. Once V3 comes out, that's him basically saying, like, I'm confident enough that this will be PulseChain, but might as well do one last public test run before main launch. Like, we've already waited 2 years at this point in time. Why would you not just give it a little bit longer, like a month, to make sure everything works flawlessly? But when V3 comes out, I am so freaking bullish that I would believe that basically means that we're ready to rock and roll any second. Like within hours, within days. And it's just a matter of them doing quick little last minute items, making sure people learn how to set up the validator. I'm sure there's going to be videos on how to set up validators so people can become a validator. There's going to be a couple of things that need to happen right before launch, but that basically means that we're ready to go, right? We're essentially ready to go. Deploy the likes, exactly. Deploy the likes for sure. Gloria, absolutely. Much love to every single one of you beautiful folks who are absolutely killing it right now with all the love and all the support and all the subscribers. Most recently, been having a blast with this as well. So yeah, the way I'm looking at it right now, guys, you got to imagine that when we get V3, that's essentially like saying PulseChain could have been here. That's my way of looking at it. Might as well do one last little test run because we have resynchronized to E2.0. We've switched it from where it was previously, and now we've moved over to the E2.0. Let's just make sure everything works when there's over, you know, maybe 10,000, 100,000 people messing around with V3. I will be one of the people messing around with V3 as well. And then PulseChain's ready to go whenever. Like, it could literally happen within the span of a few days. So I would not be caught trying to make some sort of play right before. If you get V3 announced and we get V3 here, I wouldn't be trying to play against HEX personally. I just don't see that being the smartest decision you can possibly make during that time. So let me go over here real quick and let me check out one more item real fast. Let's go into daily and zoom to where everyone can see everything. All right, cool. And here we go. Go up, go down. All right. So another thing that we had looked at previously, everything comes back to this freaking 10-cent range. I love it when everything all starts kind of coming together and looking at the same thing. So we looked at a couple different things a second ago, and you know, I might as well just kind of show you here. Let me go back one just to kind of give you an idea. So first we just did a regular fib retracement from previous local high to the lower low during that time, or the local low. So we had the 1.618 region coming right in that, you know, 9.6 cent range somewhere here. Now again, let me just kind of make this a little bit bigger. Nope. I just have to be patient. I don't care about that one, don't care about that one, don't care about that one. Only care about this one, that one, and this one. Make sure everything's here on log, and I don't really care about the background, but I want it to extend all the way over to the right. Cool. Okay. Cool. I got my water bottle. I guess I could have just moved that. Lol. All right, so what I'm seeing right now, this is going with the fib extension or fib retracement to just kind of see. And again, let me make this white. I know it's tough to see on the black background, so I'm just gonna make it white, just so that way everyone knows where I'm targeting. So right now, this is coming from where all the action has been, from the local high down to the local low that we just recently hit, bringing us all the way back to the 1.618 level. We've already broken through the 0.618, 0.786. These are the golden pocket ratios. We broke through that like it was a slice of cheese being melted, or a stick of butter being melted by a hot steaming knife, right? So we broke through that with ease. So the next level we're looking at for focus is this 1.618 level, bringing us down to the 10-cent range. Now that's one way of looking at it. You can also go back and actually do a fib extension or trend base extension as well. So if we go back from where the previous local low was up to the local high, all the way back down again to the local low, once again, what does that bring us? Right here to, you guessed it, 10 cents. So the next level that we're looking at targeting, folks, it has to be the 10-cent range. We are moving toward this path right now to where we are definitely going toward the 10-cent region. Now, what does liquidity look like, and can we actually get there? So this is coming from a different view real fast, and you always want to kind of have a good idea of where liquidity kind of stands. But look at this, right, dude? People are moving we have not had this liquidity over here. People are moving the liquidity up, and this is this is bullish, dude. We've kind of moved away from the lower range. We still have some in this region here for sure, but we've definitely lost some of the momentum or some of the liquidity here, and they've moved it and shifted it over here, meaning that these folks who are in this range are probably looking to sell their HEX and get into USDC at this point in time. So this is that one big one that you can see, but just taking a look at where we're actually at right now, okay? So currently, this is the current price of HEX, 8.17 cents. Amazing We've already done a 4x since the beginning of the year. That's incredible. Now, everything to the right is basically a sell order. Everything to the left is a buy order, okay? So that just basically means that these are people who are holding either USDC or HEX right now. I'm sorry. These are people who are holding HEX right now, and they're willing to sell their HEX and convert it into USDC. We've talked about this before on an XY axis, HEX being right here, USDC being right here. The further we go over in price, the more we get into the USDC range and people actually get out of their HEX and move it into USDC. So that's how liquidity providing works in a simple little way of looking at it. So I would say that we do have some little resistance to get up, but not much. I mean, look at this, 180,000. So we're going to say that's what, I'm just going to round up, 200, 600, a mil. That's 2 mil, 3 mil. Okay, so I did a very high estimate on this one. So this is more like probably roughly about 4 million HEX all in all. So if someone was to come in and basically just do a market buy, or if they do liquidity providing and scoop it up that way as well, you can do it. But right now there's only about 4 million HEX for purchase, which is super freaking low. We used to see millions of HEX being traded daily. If you look back on the Uniswap chart right here, and you go back to when HEX actually first existed, the chances that you would see millions of HEX being sold were very high, right? You would actually come all the way down here, for example, and there were millions being sold daily. Now the liquidity is only having just a few mil at this point in time. That is freaking epic, if you ask me. The next one that we're going to look at is liquidity as well. Let's take over here and look at the liquidity charts. Absolutely a big fan of hexfire.io. I recommend everyone who uses it definitely get a chance to check this out, because there's so much data in here that we can of course try to divulge as much as we can, but there's just so much good information that I have to say I'm just such a big fan of. I do have to go put up suitcases real fast. Give me 1 second. BRB. Stay. All right, I'm back. All right, cool. So look at what we got now. Dude, what? Did I see this correctly? Hold on. We got to zoom in on this sucker right now. We're going to go over here. Scroll all the way over. Scroll down. There's only 47 million HEX available for purchase right now out of all of Uniswap V2 and V3. Damn. That's fire, dude. That's freaking epic. Are you joking right now? That's so freaking good. 47 million HEX. They used to do that on like a daily trade. Just so there's not much HEX available right now, which just means that you already know law of supply and demand. You moving out? No, it's we do a little makeshift barrier. So we have a board and train puppy coming today. And so I didn't want the wife bothering with trying to bring a board and train puppy in. And so I just put a little barrier up of suitcases just because it makes it simple and easy. Of course, I got my door as well, but it doesn't actually have a handle. It's just a push open and push close door, more or less that way. So yeah, anyways. PulseX has P-Uni, yeah. That'll be funny when you actually get to see it. P-Uni. Yeah, we'll actually have it as well. Yeah, Access tweeted out yesterday the importance of moving LP up. Guess some people listen. Yeah, Access Alive actually did a whole video with Crypto Sloth 369 as well. Founder and creator of Hedron.pro, or Look Into Hedron, I mean. So you can look into some of these things, and he came through and did a very good explanation as to like why liquidity is what it is, where you want to move. You can actually look at stuff like this where this is actually looking at Uniswap.fish is another example, but we're just going to say USDC to HEX for now, just because this is a tool that I use whenever you actually look to see liquidity providing in this range. And so basically I can come on down right here and I can say I want everything to be swapped within a certain range. And I can go full range, I can go backwards, I can go forwards. But right now at this point, let me actually toggle. So I switch it so that way it goes the other way around. So basically, if I come over here and say I wanted to move out of HEX, you would want to set your liquidity all the way outside of the price that's currently at right now, because that basically means that when you fall within this range, you start moving out of HEX and you get more trading fees as well. So you provide liquidity, basically meaning you put up your HEX for sale. People come in, start buying your HEX for USDC. You get their USDC, you get their fees, and that's your way of converting into USDC and helping the market. If you want to do the opposite way and you want to actually look to buy, for example, then you want to go and do it the other way, where you actually want to be under and you want to provide USDC over here below the current price, right? And so you can create positions and all that good stuff. But I can come over here and say, if I want to get some HEX, I would provide liquidity in this range with USDC. And so when the price falls down within this range, they start taking my USDC, I start getting their HEX, and I start getting their fees. And it just allows me the ability to make some money on the side, help the network. It's good positive price action for the entire ecosystem. And yippers. Blocked. Yeah, so that's how providing liquidity works. So yes, you would start selling, people would start selling their USDC, and I would be getting their HEX during this time, right? Or people would be selling their HEX for USDC, and I would be giving them USDC for their HEX, and then I would just scoop up their HEX and make some price during this time. Now, that's LPing. That's a little bit different than just doing limit orders. I'm a big fan of just doing limit orders for now. It makes things a little bit easier for most folks if I'm going to be explaining some stuff. But you can actually go through here. This is uniswap.fish. Phenomenal website if you ever just want to kind of calculate maybe what impermanent loss looks like and all that good stuff, change pools, all that. So right here you can see the deposit amount for $1,000, because we're out of the range right now, is actually only going to put it in USDC. But if we end up going back in the range, for example, again, and I kind of have to show you on both, if I go back within the range right now, then I'm going to get both of them. I have to provide both in this regard. You'll put up $670 worth of USDC, you'll put up $4,000 worth of HEX, you provide liquidity, and you make money, and you make liquidity pairing fees within this range. So this is one way of doing it. It's providing, it's that LP position. Phenomenal website. I recommend everyone do learn how all this works. You can then calculate impermanent loss, so you can actually say what everything would be if you just held, if it ended up moving, and then I could say what the future price of HEX would be, all that good stuff. You can see your profit and loss. Guys, phenomenal website, highly advised. Everyone go and check it out again, uniswap.fish. If you're not familiar with it, I will at least also put it in the chat for anyone who wants to go and check it out themselves. You are welcome to go to this website here, and you can kind of learn some items about how it all works. So, fun fact, that is a great way of providing great economic support for our ecosystem. If you are a person who wants to sell their HEX, now could be a really good time to possibly look at moving your LP position outside of this 8-cent range. And that way, once you start hitting the 9-cent, 10-cent range, then you start getting USDC. That's just one way of doing it without having to do a market buy or a market sell and actually hurting the price. And that's where you see like people come through market sell. Like when you see this kind of stuff, like that's a market sell. Like that's someone who's like, I'm out. I just sell. I want to go on uniswap.com or whatever, and then basically just swap out right away. Do MetaMask, whatever it is. That's a market sell. You can provide liquidity and actually help out the ecosystem quite a bit. So, yeah. Hopefully that made a little bit more sense to some of y'all who may not have fully understood how all that works. What is going on, Randy Alarski? Let's go and make sure that Randy gets his tweeter back. But yeah, I think that's the reason why Richard Hart is not streaming right now. He doesn't want his YouTube to get banned. It's been banned before, by the way, so it's not like this is like a one time where it's never happened. No, he's been banned before, so he doesn't want to go through the hassle of trying to like fight it, delay launching PulseChain or anything like that. Deploy the likes, yes, absolutely. Hey man, have some fun, PRC. Thank you so much. Much love to you as well. Good job, my fellow Hexicans. Strength and honor and commitment, absolutely. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to all you beautiful folks. No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I'm not in danger, Skylar. I'm the danger. Guy opens his door. Get shot. Okay, cool. My dank meme folder. Not sure who you are or what that's about, but you know, fun fact for anyone who wanted to go through and do that. Will Uniswap copy as PUni or PLSX? No, Uniswap is Uniswap, right? It will be every ERC20 is every ERC20. The only one that's going to change is Ethereum to Pulse, because that is the actual layer 1 token of what the actual instances that people use on that network. So the only one that's going to change, let me say that again, is going to be Ethereum to PulseChain. That's it. You're going to get all the PUni, you're going to get all of any other ERC20 token, any ERC721 token, or any stakes that you have, all of that's getting copied. The only thing that's changing, Ethereum to Pulse. That's it. And it's getting heavily diluted. And I do mean heavily. So be mindful if you are holding Ethereum before the launch of PulseChain and you have a bigger bag of Ethereum. I'm not just talking about like 0.5 Ethereum. I don't think you have to worry so much in that regard. If you want to trade it, you can. But again, I don't think that's going to be, you know, the best play for you. For the people who have like the Genesis Ethereum, I think their best play is to convert some of it into an ERC20 that's not Ethereum. So you got folks who are holding thousands, like 9,000, 10,000, 15,000 Ethereum. Those are the folks that I think their best play is probably going to be converting it into a ERC20 of your choice, anything other than Ethereum. And if you get into HEX, you have the chance of getting the price action as well. So because like they will get so heavily diluted that their 15,000 Ethereum will be diluted by 1.2 million X, and then they'll basically have no pulse. It's like for Vitalik Buterin, he has 300,000 Ethereum. Well, someone who sacrificed, was it $30, could also get 300,000 pulse. So he's going to get 300,000 pulse. Someone who sacrificed $30 worth of economic energy during the sacrifice period would also get 300,000 pulse. So it's not a good trade. That's not good, right? So keep that in mind. Absolutely. Good evening, all. Absolutely. Definitely think people. Definitely think people did listen to Access because he made the tweet, and we now see quite a bit of a wall. If you ask me, like this is a big jump, right? This is a big jump. Like we did not have this here 2 days ago. Like this is HEX sitting at 24, 25 or 24 cents, 19 cents here. So these are people who are basically saying like, I'm listening and I'm willing to sell my HEX for USDC. Come get it. Like, but here's the price that I'm willing to sell it at. And so that's where you can sell LPs. Now, during this time, if they're here only in this range, they aren't going to make any fees, and it's not going to do anything but sit there. And then that's whenever, as soon as the price starts moving on up, they will start selling their HEX and converting it into USDC and actually getting out. But it provides the opportunity for people who want to get into the ecosystem more HEX. So look how much HEX is over here. Let me just do 1.24 million, another 1.6, 3.2. 4.8. So we're sitting on roughly 5 mil in HEX up here. That's fire. And there's only 42 million HEX available right now, and 5 mil is sitting at the 25 cent range. That is freaking fire. That is epic. Yeah. All jokes, no problem. I really wanted USDC to feel more pain, so people had the experience burned into their hearts to not depend on stakes and learn ratios. I remember using XLM as my stable before USDC. Yeah, dude, I really think, man, if you don't have like some form of fear burned in your heart after everything that's happened in 2022 and 2023, you're just a solid dude, I guess. You know what I mean? You're scared of nothing, and you're willing to take on any risk at any point in time. But I think there has to be a certain level of risk to reward. And whenever I see USDC depeg and then not be able to repeg instantly, that does not bode confidence in it. And then they had an entire weekend, and I thought it would repeg by Monday, and it still hasn't repegged. That doesn't bode confidence in USDC for me. So yeah, I'm right there with you. Hex on time, hit the like, big time now. Absolutely great job on the TA. Thanks, Sonic Move. That's the website. Thank you, ATX, chocolate, cookie de chocolata. Hello, hello. We got Stables. Yeah, exactly. Tweeter. Yeah. Randy is a repeat offender. Randy, stop being a repeat offender. Yo, YOLO into Hex. Yeah, exactly. Little Uno. You do you. At Alan Fizame, first time he did nothing, and he did it again. Yeah, dude. So like, I'm not gonna be caught in this situation where USDC just goes to nothing. Oh God, I can't even imagine if you were just in that position where you're holding all this USDC and then you see it go down in value, and then you literally, like, the further it goes down in value, the more fear you start feeling. You're like, oh shit, maybe I should sell now. Maybe I should sell now. And then usually by the time you do make that sell, it's down, like, we'll say 15%, for example, and then it goes right back up again. And so, like, that's one of those regret moments that you're like, I knew I could have just waited. But, you know, at the same time, if you're willing to take action quickly, like whenever I saw a DPEG and it was like 3 to 5% discount from the dollar, like it was sitting at 97 or 98 and 95 cents, I was like, I'm out. I don't want to mess with it. I will take a loss at the 5% level because I've already got the gain back in Hex, for example. Like, it, from the amount of gain that's already happened, I mean, hell, let's just look at exactly how much Hex has actually gained in the last 3 days, because that's really what we're comparing against, right? Like, so if you were here in this 5 cent range, let's just see kind of how you've done. You know, you've already gone up almost 50% right there. That's a pretty good return, right? I will take 5% all day, and I will gladly do it again, or 50% all day. I will take a 5% haircut for a 50% gain all day, right? And so, you know, I just want to share this with everyone because you got to make your own decisions. I made mine, and I hate doing it based on fear. Hate to say it. I did fall victim to it, but I just wasn't, I don't like, a stable coin's supposed to be stable. And if you ain't stable, I don't want you. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't bode well in my confidence. Like, I don't want that in my wallet. I don't want no part of it. Now, is it likely that it goes back to $1 and recovers? Sure. Am I going to be investing back in it again? No. Like, you done screwed up, man. You depegged and you couldn't repeg very quickly at all. So I think if a bank run was to ever come, or if someone was to like truly hit it and the market was to truly do it, then yeah, you had one job, USDC. You had one job and you couldn't even do it. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel, though, like, straight up. So I'm right there with you for sure. But guys, it's been an absolute banger of an episode. We got some, you know, crazy shit in store. Be ready for it. I will catch you tomorrow with more information. Have a wonderful day. Peace.